Mom. Hi, ladies. It's so nice to see everybody. And I just want to mention, I love being a member here. I'm not a wealthy woman. I run a nonprofit. And for me to be able to support wonderful organizations at a price point that I can afford is just wonderful. So thank you for removing the barriers to philanthropy. That's what's really what's happening. The first time we met, we received a generous gift from 100 Women Who Care in 2021 when we opened our first women's program. For anyone not familiar with Second Heart Homes, our mission is to revive the dignity of homeless adults with mental illnesses through housing, support, and love. Started when I met a man who had been homeless for 25 years. He's now a homeowner and I mow his lawn. He's doing better than I am. We have 11 homes that serve 68 men and women. We do it without government funding. We buy the homes outright. We have no debt. We provide social work to help them identify, develop, and achieve goals towards self-sufficiency. It's permanent housing if someone needs it to be, and it teaches them how to be purposeful, to be in the community, to be a good neighbor, to learn how to cohabitate. So in 2021, when we got your gift and we opened up our first 2 duplexes, our women's program, we were just thrilled. 12 women got off the streets. Amazing. So deja vu, March 2025. We were pulled out of the hat again, and we had just purchased 2 duplexes that day, coming into the meeting I just signed. And it's going to be home for 12 more women coming off the streets. Though, real quick, has anybody ever done any home remodeling by show of hands? Has it gone perfectly by a show of hands? Okay. Oh, you did? I want to talk to your contractor. Well, we are going through the joys of renovation. We sleeved the plumbing of both homes. We replaced the roofs. We tented. We had to upgrade the electric. We had to take the kitchens down to the studs in the bathrooms. And so that's 8 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, 4 kitchens, 4 living rooms, etc. so forth. When we sleeved the plumbing, the sewer line collapsed. Yes. But they're going to be open for Christmas, which is how it's so lovely. So they're going to be stunning. And I do want to share one more story with you briefly to let you know the impact that you've had on the women and gentlemen and the community of our mission. So last time I told a brief story about who I call my spirit animal, Dawn, one of our residents. If you wore mascara on the bottom, you are in trouble today. I did not. So Dawn was born on a dairy farm in Manatee County. She was introduced to alcohol and abuse at a young age, before the age of 10. She was homeless on and off throughout her whole life for the better part of 40 years. She's in her 60s. She came to our program with a broken hip and no teeth from an e-bike accident. I hate those things. Scary. And she needed our help. She was sober but had struggled with that. She hadn't talked to her mom in 40 years. Can you imagine that? She didn't have insurance. Our social work team worked with her to get insurance, to get the hip surgery, which was outpatient, incredible. And then 13 appointments to get brand new teeth so she looked how she felt on the inside. She went through lots of therapy, medication changes, learned how to advocate for herself through our social workers. And she finally picked up that phone and she called her mom and she said 3 things. She said, "I'm sorry." She said, "I love you." And she said, "I forgive you." Imagine how that mom felt. Then she went and got a job at Publix. She now has a 401k. Then she decided to take her very first vacation to Gainesville to go see her mother in her 80s. Her mother was so happy to give her the family heirloom she had been holding on to. She didn't think she was ever going to get to give them to Dawn. She got to. Dawn came back and said, you know what? I've put in the work, I've made a decision. I got a transfer from Publix, I'm moving to Gainesville to another shared housing program, but I have made the decision to take care of my mom. Can you imagine being the mom that gets that phone call thinking your daughter may have not ever made that choice? So that's the ripple effect that your gifts have on our organization, that tumble onto our residents so that they are situated to make better choices and to reunite with their families. Some are going to stay with us more long term, but Dawn is our superhero, and you helped make that possible. So thank you so much. And my colleague Chelsea has some email sign-ups that she's going to put on the back table. We'd love if you would share your information with us, and we'd love to share more. But thank you again for what you do to support all the good work in the community and make lives like Dawn's possible.